when we're using symbols to compare two-digit numbers, we're looking at our less than, greater than, and equal to symbol. Okay, and I like to draw these out as alligator teeth because it reminds me that when I'm looking at these symbols that there's a smaller part of the mouth and a bigger part of the mouth. And I like to think of the bigger part of the mouth eating the bigger number. So if I'm looking at 14 and 63, and I know that 63 is a bigger number, I know that the bigger mouth eats the bigger number. So I would use the less than symbol, and I could just read and compare the two numbers using my vocabulary words. 14 is less than 63. Okay, and watch how I use base 10 blocks to double check my work. So I'm going to draw 14 using base 10 blocks. So I know that 14 has one long, because I've got my 1 in my tens place, one long, and 4 small squares to show that there's 4 ones that make the number 14. Now 63, I've got my 6 in the tens place, so I'm going to draw 6 longs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Use my magnets. And then my number 63 has 3 ones, so I can draw my 3 small squares to show my 3 ones. And now I can double check and make sure that I'm using the correct symbol. 14 has 1 10 and 4 ones. 63 has 6 tens and 3 ones. So I know that this number is bigger because it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more longs than the number 14, which only has 1. Let's try building 2 more numbers and see if we can use the correct symbol to compare them. I'll use my dice. I've got 6 and 3. My circle just to show this is where I'm going to place my symbol to compare both numbers. I've got 3 and 4. 63 and 34. 63 and 34. So let me just draw both of these numbers out using base 10 blocks and see if I can use the correct symbol. So 63 has 6 tens, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is actually 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, because remember, mathematicians double check their work. So double check to make sure that you have the correct amount of longs to show your number. So 3 ones. 1, 2, 3. And now I want to draw out the number 34. 34 has 3 tens, so 3 longs. 10, 20, 30, and 4 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I know that 63 is greater than 34 because 63 has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 longs or 6 tens, and 34 only has 3 longs or 3 tens. So I would use my greater than symbol because remember, the bigger mouth eats the bigger number. So the bigger mouth eats the bigger number. And then I would read it again using the vocabulary word. 63 is greater than 34. And I know that because I can compare them using base 10 blocks. Try building another number and see when would we use this symbol. We've got 3 and 3, 33. So let's say I rolled my dice 2 more times and I got the same number, 33. I can use base 10 blocks to draw out my numbers 10, 20, 30, 1, 2, 3. And then I can use base 10 blocks to draw out this number: 10, 20, 30, 31, 32, 33. Both numbers have the same numbers of tens or longs and the same number of ones. They both have 3 tens and 3 ones. I wouldn't use less than, greater than, but if you remember, the equal to symbol or the equal sign actually means the same as. So I could read this as 33 is equal to 33, or I could say 33 is the same as 33. And I can draw base 10 blocks to double check my work. All right, mathematicians, this week you're going to be working on comparing 2 or 3-digit numbers using the symbols less than, greater than, or equal to. Remember that the bigger mouth, or the bigger part of the mouth, eats the bigger number. Okay, and to practice comparing 2 or 3-digit numbers using the vocabulary words and also using base 10 blocks to double check your work. All right.